All right, guys, welcome back to another video of Shaman J. Wow, it has been an experience with the iPhone 17 Pro. So a lot of times when a phone is your regular driver, I think you can forget about it, especially if you're reviewing other phones. Currently, I'm still in my review phase for the OnePlus 15, but this is one of my daily drivers now instead of some other phones. And then I'm also still using the obviously my famous Pixel 10 Pro XL, and there's a whole bunch of other phones up here that I swap between. But this phone right here has been my driver. It has been my daily driver. Um, and when you get something that's just in your pocket and you're just regularly using it, I tend to forget about it. I don't even think twice about it. I just use it for what it is. Now, some things about this phone that I've learned because I'm using this every day as primary. Some things about this phone I've learned is the battery life definitely. While it's probably, if I check it, it'll probably say that capacity is still 100 or whatever. Oh, and by the way, I'm recording with the iPhone Air. I'll be following up on this phone as well too because I do use this phone regularly. But I've learned that the battery life definitely isn't as strong as it was out the gate. I'm talking about for like daily usage because remember, your daily driver is just your daily driver. You don't think about it. And now I'm at the point where I just pop it on the charger, the wireless charger every night. But what I wanted to point out is that since this is my daily driver, in comparison to the Max, still have the Pro Max, but I don't want to use the Pro Max is just a bigger phone that I don't want to have in my pocket when I want to go somewhere. So this phone right here definitely doesn't match the battery of the iPhone 17 Pro Max, but it is definitely better than some other generations of phones that I've used. But it's not like killer battery like it was out of the gate, and that's to be expected because I'm using this every day. Tons of phone calls, tons of text messages, tons of emails. So meaning if something comes in, I'm pulling it out this phone first because it's just in my pocket and it's just something that's going to pull out. And I'm just used to doing that because my primary phone number is on this phone currently. So the battery life is where I wanted to start because I'm leaning towards now when I end the day with about like if I'm just really using this as a regular phone, I use it. I end the day with about 30 to 40%. So I think that's pretty good. Now, since I'm not reporting into a job or anything like that, I don't really have to. I'm not forced to charge. Oh, I gotta make sure my phone's on the charger. That's not really what it's about. With this phone, I could put it on the charger and just walk away and leave because I have other phone numbers that I can answer or get in contact, something like that. But this phone right here ends the day at about 30 to 40%, pretty much every day, and I think that's really doggone good because initially, and that means that I can make it probably about a day and maybe 36 hours with this phone, maybe. I don't see myself going farther than 36 hours without putting it on a charger because I just pop it on the wireless charger at night and then I wake up and it's fully charged now. I'm past that stage. Like in the first 30 days, I really try to keep it off the charge. I really try to push the battery as hard as I can push it just to see what it can actually do. And now I'm past that phase. It's just some phone in my pocket, honestly. But the battery life is good. And I wanted to point that out. So I also wanted to point out photos. Now I've used this phone to take a ton of photos, like thumbnails and stuff like that. I use it a lot, and I really like the quality of these cameras when taking photos. They are still top notch for video, but I've been using them more for photos. I really enjoy taking photos with these, and I'm trying to kind of play around with some, be a little bit of a pro. I'm not into editing photos or anything like that yet, but I think this camera, and this is such a beautiful shot of the sunset. That's just a beautiful shot. I think this camera definitely deserves some respect when it comes to photos. And again, it is definitely not the best set of cameras on a phone that I have as far as photos go. But I think video is still probably top notch. I think video has always been good. I really, really, really enjoy some of these photos though. I've been again trying to focus a lot on that, and because I already know the video is good. So I'm not an expert. I'm still using predominantly auto and not getting into too much into raw. But these qualities you can see a lot when you zoom. It's still really sharp, really good photo. So if you're a person who has, I often tell people, if you have, because people still ask today, like starting a YouTube channel. I always say start with your phone. Start with whatever phone you have. I have videos on my channel where it looks like I was recording through someone's bifocals. It's horrible. They're motivation to me, and it lets people know I'm still me, and this is where I came from. I'm not, just go back on my channel and search oldest video. As a matter of fact, let's go to video. Let's go to screen quality. Hold on. So you see my oldest video is from 18 years ago that I posted. I have videos older than this, but I made them private. So look at how bad this video is, man. This was my Dodge Charger from 18 years ago. Has some 22s on it. This quick little clip. It was, the videos are just horrible, and they're on a cell phone. And let me see what the highest quality. The highest quality is 480p. I've got other videos that are private that go before this. But this is just horrible, man. It's just, hey. But again, quality of the screen. let me get out of here and put on a more recent video. Now here's a more recent video where quality is definitely better. And this video actually was shot with the OnePlus 15 on my car channel. So I posted up the link. These cameras on here are just really good, but we're gonna take a shot from 17. The quality of the screen, the speakers, everything. Let me turn the speakers up. At this point, and they're forced to not get it just based on all the nonsense that they go through with the dealers. So yeah, this is definitely a great set of speakers. Most iPhones with the stereo speakers, and even the mono speaker that I have on the iPhone Air, still is pretty good, folks. Say what you want to say, but this quality is really good, and the brightness isn't all the way up, but the screen gets plenty bright, and I also have a matte tempered glass on here too. So that's why you see not too much glare. Like you see my light right there. Normally that light would be glaring like crazy. I'll show you. See the light? And you see the light there? That's why I like matte screen protectors. But overall, the screen on here, the sound quality, it's actually really good. So couple that with beautiful cameras and you can really produce some great content. Now, an area where I think none of us are getting our money's worth is probably performance. Unless you're a content creator, and you're using this solely as your only machine and you're producing everything from it, then you're probably getting your money's worth. Or you're just some person who's using this to produce for your weddings or just whatever. If it's your job, if your life is on your phone, then you're probably getting the best out of it. You're getting the real performance because Apple phones always, post. They always post about how strong their phones are versus the previous generation and things like that. But the reality is these phones are more powerful than probably any other phone out there when it comes to stability and the OS. That's one thing I like about these phones is that, they tend to be very good and stable. Software updates come in regularly. It's just, I've never had these phones kind of crash out on me or like apps fail and stuff like that. But in the end, I think the people who are putting their phones to work are the ones who are really pushing these processors. Now, I push the processor. If you want to be, I guess, a little critical about it, I am pushing the processor when I'm recording and editing on the phones. But that's not near, I don't game on phones, so I don't really know a lot about gaming and stuff like that. So I do mirror this screen. I do a bunch of stuff with this phone, but not like, I don't even feel like I'm getting my money's worth. I feel like I could do more to get my money's worth when it comes to creating content because I don't use this to create content regularly. I rotate all the phones. That way I can give you some idea of what your phone could do when recording in this setting. That's one of the reasons that I like to use the phones to record because it shows you what your phone could possibly do if you want to be a content creator, i.e. I'm using the iPhone Air to record this video. So you got good battery, you got a good screen, you got great performance, the software is super stable, cameras are great. It's just a matter of being able to afford this. That's what it comes down to. Can you afford it? And a lot of people are, they have to finance these phones because they're just very expensive. This is a 512 gig And the iPhone 17 Pro Max is a 1 terabyte. I think I forgot what's on that one. But nonetheless, these things are expensive, close to $2,000 for these phones, and we don't even keep them in rotation. And I say we, tech enthusiasts rotate phones a lot, especially if you're into smartphones. Like, let me slide what's on my desk just forward. Like this is the new Pixel Fold. Like, I'm rotating these things, but am I really getting my money's worth? Like, am I? And I say I'm getting my money's worth because I have a revenue return on all these products, and I probably didn't pay full cost for all of the products. I'm looking for the best deals, but on iPhones, all I get is my government discount or whatever. And sometimes I keep a bunch of Apple gift cards, so sometimes I'll pay a little bit less, but most of the time I'm not getting any kind of discount on these. So pricing on these, it could be, it's expensive. It could be very expensive. So, I say to you that if you have these products, keep your phones more. You don't have to upgrade every year. I know a lot of you may watch a lot of videos on things, and you see content creators, and especially you see influencers. Really, they're the ones that's really pushing stuff. You see them pushing it and telling you that, oh, it's changed here, it's changed here. I would say, man, just hold on to your products a little bit longer. Get those years of updates that companies say they're going to give you, and get your money's worth. For you who don't create content and use phones for work or stuff like that, you just need to use your phone until it breaks. Try to get you a good 5 years out of it, and I think you'll probably get your money's worth, because if you financed it, that means it'll be paid for at least 2 years or 3 years at that point. Put it in a case, get a tempered glass, and hold on to it. I think you'll be happy with it. You don't have to have the latest and greatest just to be involved. And the majority of the world is like this. Like folks, there's people that do not upgrade every year. They just don't do it. They're like, I'm not paying for it. It's just a phone. Some people don't even spend money like this on phones. But I think the reason that people do is because they can pay monthly for it, and they can put it on their cell phone bill and things like that. And hey, if that's what you have to do, that's what you have to do. But I don't recommend a lot of these very expensive products. And I always tell people I'm going to live vicariously through you, depending on what the product is. And you live vicariously through people you see doing this right here, because we're obviously getting a return on this. It's your man Jay. Hope you guys enjoyed. How long have you had your iPhone 17 Pro? I've had mine since launch, I believe. I don't even remember, but it's a good phone, man. It is a great phone, and it is a good daily driver. The battery, the cameras, and the screen and performance, all great. Those are what you engage with the most. You engage with the screen every time. You want it to work properly with the software. You don't want any hiccups or anything like that. And you want to be able to take pictures of your family and stuff like that, or video record whatever you want to record. You just want to make it sure it's working in those areas. It needs to have battery and performance, or should be tops for you. And then looking at a beautiful display and having some good cameras every now and then. I don't know, what else do you want? It's your man Jay. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.